In a war between Israel and Turkey, without the interference of allies, Turkey will win. Israel is probably the most advanced military in the Middle East. They will also have a better trained military, and many of their citizens have served in the military for 2 years. But the reason Turkey wins is simply logistics. Israel has the most modernized military in the world, but it is primarily defensive, so Israel would never attack Turkey. Let's say it does. Israel has slightly more than 9 million people. 3 to 4 million people can likely serve at any time, although not all in a combat role. Turkey has 82 million people. No matter how militarized Israel can become, they won't be able to beat the potential manpower of Turkey. Turkey also has more land, resources, and the ability to operate. Israel is small and can't suffer a lot of damage in a war. Turkey is way larger than Israel and could suffer a lot more damage as it is bigger. Turkey has a lot more aircraft than Israel. Everything else is pretty close. They have close to the same number of tanks, artillery, APC, self-propelled guns, etc. In a war, Turkey could produce more of these items than Israel could. Turkey might not have an initial air force advantage, but they will gain it through production. Same with the navy. It also depends where this is fought. If in Turkey, Israel loses hands down. If in Israel, it would be hard. With help from Palestinians, Turkey might be able to divide Israel's military obligations in half. Israel also has an internal risk. Palestinians, if offered independence after potential victory, would rise up against Israel. In case of a sneak Turkish attack, Israel has all the disadvantages they had in Arab wars. Israeli Air Force is densely located in a radius of 100 miles. Most likely, Turkey would attack with limited fighter jets while keeping the bulk of its air force over Turkey and ready to take off. And Turkey could use a similar strategy to attack Israel from Iraq. If this works, Israel simply would lose the war. But if it has limited access, then Israeli Air Force would conduct the same counterattack, then we would see one of the biggest air battles since the Second World War. Who would be the victorious would depend upon how successful was initial Turkish attack. In short, if Israel invades, Turkey wins. If Turkey invades, they eventually conquer Israel with high casualties. Israel simply can't overcome Turkey's numbers advantage. There is a great advantage Israel has, that is of nuclear weapons. Obviously, Israel won't use nuclear weapons in a war. If Israel is on the verge of destruction, it will use its nuclear arsenal, take its enemies with them. If Turkish troops reach Tel Aviv, the Israelis will launch all of their nukes at the Turkish targets. Let's say if the allies get involved in the war. If Israel attacked Turkey, Article 5 of NATO, which is the defense of the member nations by the others, would be invoked, giving Turkey the US and the Europe on its side. Israel can't survive the US, let alone the NATO. If it was the opposite, Turkey goes to war with Israel by attacking them, the US will help Israel, and the result of the war would be entirely different. Thank you for watching the video till the end.